Could you take me through it step by step? I mean, you were so close to where the fire started. How long was it before you realised this isn't just a little bit of smoke, this is serious?
And a lot of people were rushing and starting to more or less semi-panic, as it were. There was a bit of a rush on, and I waited and waited, and then the flames came through the floor, and it then started to be panic for a lot of people. I tried to keep my cool as best I could, and as I moved along the road to the stairs to get up to the back, where the police had come into the stand and asked us to move to the back of the stand towards the exits, as it were, and a little boy screaming in my other ear. And luckily I heard his father say, "That's my son," and I handed the little boy over, thankfully, which gave me more chance to concentrate on myself. Eventually the smoke started coming down very thick, as Paul said to you, and it just as if the lights had been turned out on a bright day.
Did you ever find out who that baby was?
Yes, I tell the story occasionally because I was told by my counsellors at the time to talk about it if I could, because it would help get over the memory of it, or over the worst of it, which I found it did.
It's interesting because we've had lots of calls from men in tears on the phone this morning who just can't talk about it 25 years on.
I can believe it. I can believe it. The mere thought of it brings it all back, but talk about it I do, and I find it does help rather than building it all up, but everyone's different. I was on the corridor, and as I say, the thick smoke came down. With the fumes and my personal feelings of fumes, I got a handkerchief out of my pocket, put it over my mouth, and got down on my hands and knees to try and get as much oxygen as I could, and started crawling along there. And at one stage, there were people just running around in front of you. You couldn't see them, you could hear them, screaming, shouting, kicking at doors. I actually crawled over a pair of legs. Whose they were, I have no idea. I couldn't see a thing. I could feel them. By this time, I'd got into total panic as well. It was all right being calm, picking up the little boy, but by this time, I was in total panic.
Does that still haunt you?
Oh yes, it does, because it went through my mind. She knows where the bank books are. She knows where the deeds to the house are. My father's alive. My brother's alive. They'll look after them. And all I was thinking about was, this is it, because I couldn't see any way out of this. And as I say, I was crawling, and it was only as someone had switched the lights back on, and I looked back to where the lights were, the fireball was coming along the corridor.